guys doing? It's your girl, Owamie, and welcome back to another episode of To Hell and Back. Now today, guys, I am inspired by Mandy and I'm rocking my afro. I'm so excited, guys. I feel like my hair looks so beautiful. And of course, you guys know how we roll. FS Emporium is who I'm actually wearing today, and since I do have a full picture of this outfit, I'm sure I'm gonna put it somewhere here on the screen. I also make sure that I've got her Instagram picture over there. I'll also leave her link in the description box down below, so please do go check her out, and of course order something, guys. Like, she's so good for any event. She's so good. So yeah, make sure that you do that. And I also want to say a huge shout out to Maano Media, because they're the ones that are actually sponsoring the whole production. So if you also want to come to the studio and shoot, they also do videos, they also do pictures. They're very good. Check their Instagram account. I'll also make sure that I link that. I leave that link in the description box down below. Now, ninjas, today we actually have a very special guest, the beautiful, the gorgeous Njamulo. Hi, Mama.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. You're so beautiful.
Thank you.
I was just complimenting your nose off camera.
Yes.
You said a statement that from now on, I'm stealing that. I'm stealing that statement.
Thank you, and it's nice to be here.
Ne? You're so beautiful. I do have to say that.
Thank you so
but anyway,
much.
welcome.
Thank you.
I know, like, my people are already just like, you know what, I'm sure from looking at the title, they just want us to actually just dive right in. However, I do want you to just give us a bit of an introduction. That's your camera over there. Can give us a bit of your introduction, who you are, where you grew up, your upbringing, just basically, what you do. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. My name is Hlamulo Ndlovu. I'm a 26-year-old lady. So I had a very nice upbringing. So to say, I was just this talkative girl, always laughing, and a bully one.
You were the bully?
Yes.
You
and
lied.
still.
Where? High school?
High school, primary.
Oh.
Like, yes, I was the most talkative person, always laughing, always happy.
You have the voice for it, so.
Yeah, and I'm that kind of a person I would say. I'm not shy. I don't know why. I'm not shy. Like, I have me.
Confidence on 100.
Confidence.
Yeah, that's
so,
great. Just where were you born?
I was born in Malamlele Hospital, born and bred in Shikundu village.
How? Can you believe, like, I can't speak Tsonga? It's so horrible because I'm Venda. Like Malamulele and where I'm from, far. It's literally, we can see Malamulele from my village, you know that? They used to, growing up, they used to be like, oh, that's Malamulele. I've been once, but
it's not far.
Yeah, it's not far. Okay, so you were born and bred Malamulele.
Yes.
And how many siblings do you have?
I'm a firstborn of 3 siblings.
Okay, that is great. So yeah, man, you wrote to us, and you shared your story, and so I was like, you know what, let's give you the platform just so that you can basically share obviously what happened. So I'm gonna give you the space. You can start your story wherever you want to start.
Okay, so my story goes like, it was my graduation day on the 24th of April 2022.
Last year.
So we went there, and then everything went smooth. Like, we were very beautiful.
What were you graduating?
I was graduating for diploma in entrepreneurship in TUT Polokwane.
Okay.
So after the graduation, before I continue, so on the stage, if ever there's someone who's gonna watch this, the people who were attending graduations, I'm the girl who shouted Papa because you're my father, guys. And then I remember after the graduation, there's someone who said, I mean, for a daughter to scream for her dad, it's very rare. So there should be a father like hers. And then from there, after graduation, me and my mother, we took a taxi back to Johannesburg because my mother works this side, my father works in Limpopo, right? So within an hour, we were involved in a car accident. So I can't really remember what happened, but when I woke up, my mother was screaming like, Nhlamulo, Nhlamulo. I no longer have my legs. I never felt any pain because in the back of my mind, I was like, it's my graduation, bro. We have to get home and drink and dance. And then from there, I've been told that we've been admitted to this other hospital, maybe for couple of hours, and we were transferred to another hospital. It's in that hospital I spent 2 months, 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
So wait, you're saying you woke up and I'm so sorry for that. Hey?
Okay.
You're saying you woke up and your mom was screaming that I no longer have my legs, or you no longer have your legs?
My mom.
Your mom?
I never felt any pain.
So your mom did not have her legs?
She was injured. She does have legs.
Okay,
maybe she was scared because we have never been in a car accident before.
Like that. Okay. Oh man. But I'm just a bit interested in terms of when you started talking about your dad. I saw that it's almost like.
And if there's someone who's gonna watch this, tell my father that I love that man. Sure.
You will get me emotional.
I love him so much. Tell him that I love him.
I just want you to just, can you tell us a little bit about your dad? Why is this so special to you? Before we actually get into the accident. But,
okay, yeah. My father is someone who can do anything for me. Let's say if ever I can call him saying that I've got an emergency, he's not gonna judge me. Like I'm not saying that my mother, she's not supportive, but between him and my mother, if there's a serious issue, I call him because my mother is someone who's very emotional. So I know that my father, like, he can take it, support me through, like, I don't know how to say it, but I think father's award should just go to him. That's what I can say.
All fathers should go to your father for advice.
Exactly. I don't know how to say it. He's my Superman. Has
he always been like that? Like even when you were growing up?
Yes. That's why even on my graduation, I shouted his name instead of my mother's name, instead of mom, But not saying that my mother is not supportive, she's not been there, she's there, but my father, he's my everything. You are actually one of the few that are very blessed. A lot of fathers, especially black fathers,
guys. So you're very blessed, and I do have to say that, hi Papa, you are the best.
And I love you. And I appreciate you.
Please adopt me. Please let me be your child. But okay, so you are saying that from the graduation, obviously you left, and then as you were going back, you were in a taxi with your mom, and then you were involved in a car accident. Do you know what the taxi collided with? Was it a head-on?
Yes, it was a head-on with a Hyundai private.
Wow. Were there any fatalities in the car accident? Did anyone pass?
I think I've heard that a lot of people passed and only 4 people survived because the car that bumped into us, I think I've heard that there were 4 people inside and they burned inside the car. And I don't know if they were family or what, but the car was burned.
Wow. No. So okay.
So even when I woke up, because I don't know what happened, but when I woke up, I was sleeping like this, and then the person I was sleeping on top was dead.
Oh my God. Did you see see a psychologist after this?
Yes, I did. And then I think I went 2 times and she discharged me because you can see I'm this happy. We cry and we move on. We cry and we move on. And life wait for everybody.
Life does not wait for anybody, you know.
You have to cry and move on.
Yeah, no, that is true. So, okay, you now wake up in that scene, your mom is screaming. I'm sure she's also like relieved that at least you're waking up, which means you're still alive. You guys are carried by an ambulance to one hospital and then transferred to the next, where you spent 2 months over there. So can you please just describe the injuries that you actually faced?
Okay, so the injuries I had was on both my legs, because both my legs were very badly injured.
Okay.
So after being admitted in the hospital, the doctor then came to me one day. He was like, your leg got 50% of chances that we can save it, 50% we might save it. Did I not cry? Because I never thought I was that injured, you know. They never opened my wounds before. They only opened it when I went to theater. So then that day I cried, but then the following day I was like, God, if it's your will, let it be done. And then I started going to TikTok, going to YouTube to search how people who are amputated are living their life unlimitedly. So I went there, do my research, and then so before the amputation, they had to book me for this other, what do they call it? This other surgery. I don't know what they call it.
Okay.
So the process that was supposed to be done was for it's a skin, what is it?
Skin graft.
Not skin graft. Plastic surgery. They had to put something before skin graft.
Okay.
So they had to put something. Then the following procedure, it's where they were going to put. They were going to cut my skin to do the skin graft.
Okay.
And then when I went there, it was Friday. The doctor came on Sunday. He was like to me, we have to remove one bone out of your leg because it's getting rotten. I was like, how? He was like, yes. I was like, so what are the chances for me to heal? Because yes, you can remove the bone, only to find out I won't heal. It doesn't guarantee healing, right? So it was like, it's okay, I will speak to your doctor, because that doctor, he only works with plastic surgeries.
Okay.
And then my doctor came on Sunday late. He was like, I've spoken to this, I don't know what to call it, the doctor who does plastic surgeries. He told me 1, 2, 3. I was like, Mina, I was like to my doctor, can you please amputate me? I'm in so much pain. I'm tired of going to theater 2 days, or after after 3 days. Just amputate me because I am in so much pain. I was like, are you for sure? I was like, yes, book, because that day it was on Sunday. I was like, yes, I am for sure, book me on Monday. On Monday it was fully booked. Even on Tuesday was also fully booked, and then the procedure was done on Wednesday. Believe me, on Wednesday I slept peacefully like a baby after 2 weeks, like peacefully.
So you mean to tell me that after they amputated, that was when you finally got some relief?
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
Wow.
Yeah.
So when you actually saw the leg before it was amputated, can you be able to explain like what you saw?
Okay. What I saw, because remember, as I've told you, I was injured both legs. So the other one was injured, but not that bad. And then the other one was very, 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 like, I don't know how to describe it. I don't know, like the whole leg was broken. Only like small piece like this, So they had to force this piece. Do you understand what I'm saying? To force this piece. I don't know how to explain it, but the whole leg was broken, was damaged.
Yeah. So you, at the end of the day, was the one that actually sat down and said, listen, whatever efforts that you're going to try to save the leg, please stop. I want to go to get the amputation. Like, please just walk me through the mental preparation.
Okay, so they've told me after 1 month of being hospitalized. Remember I told you that I stayed 2 months in hospital. So during that process, before I went to that doctor, the surgery doctor, I was doing my research. Could see if this or should this happen, I have to be mentally prepared. So I started preparing myself, and I fell in love with artificial legs. I was like, it's better, because remember, if they take a bone out of my leg, it means that this leg was going to be a little bit like normal, and then the one was going to be shorter. So I was like, I'm gonna be disabled, and if ever they take that bone, I will still have to go to doctor's appointment for checkups and none whatsoever. So I rather do this, and yeah.
Wow. So did you discuss with your mom before you made the decision?
No, I didn't, because like my mother, she's a very emotional person. I didn't tell her anything. So remember when the doctor first told me, your leg, it's 50%, I was like, cut me. And then my father was like, no, let the doctor do their work.
Yeah.
So it's where the procedure started taking place, what's or not, until I had it enough, and I was like, no, I'm doing this with or without anyone's consent. I'm not going to tell anybody. Remember when I got involved in a car accident, I called my father. When I woke up, I borrowed a phone from the paramedics, and I called my father. I was like, we've been involved in a car accident. Like enough, he was still in Polokwane, so he came.
Okay.
So I think he stayed here for 1 month, 2 weeks, something like that, and then he went back home for work. So when I went through all those how do I call it, all those back and hell.
Yeah, to hell and back.
Yeah, he was at home, and my mother was discharged by then. I was left at hospital. So then I called my father. I was like, I'm still in so much pains. This is what I've decided, and I don't want you to say like Begazela, it's gonna be fine. I'm in so much pain. I can't take this pain anymore. What I want is for you to give me your support. And then he was like, yeah, you will still be my daughter. I love you. Just go for it. If you think that will be a way much better for you. And then I asked him not to tell my mother. So my mother, when I got discharged, she was just surprised to see me like that, because in the morning, the day that I was supposed to be discharged, she called me. She was like, how are you doing? I was like, I'm even walking. Wow. I'm even walking, because she couldn't take it. I know she couldn't.
So what was the reaction when she now saw that you actually were amputated? So
when she first saw me, she was trying to be strong, but I knew deep down, this one, she's just trying to be strong, but I knew. But just because she have seen me doing great and being strong for myself, she's also taking it very well.
Is it? How did your siblings also receive that?
So they never told my younger brother until he came this side. It was school holidays, and then when he first saw me, he cried. cried, I don't want to lie. He cried, and then my mother was like, don't worry, Usisi gonna get this other leg, she's gonna be fine. And then he started being calm.
So, you know, I don't know, like the fact that, you know, from the get-go, when they said 50-50, you're like, you know what, take it. And then your dad actually said, no, let them, you know, and as time went, you couldn't take the pain, and so you did, you know, have them actually amputate your leg. Do you think that the first time when they were saying it's a 50-50 chance, you were actually saying, you know what, just take it, is because maybe you did not want to have your hopes high, that maybe they'll be able to save my leg, and then at the end of the day, now they won't be able to, and then now I'll face the disappointment? Because I mean, I really am trying to just get through the psychology of that, because if it's me, I think if they're like 50-50, I'm definitely going to try and have the other 50% first.
So the thing is, you know, when they do skin graft, they have to cut half of your piece, right? So I didn't want to have a mark like this is a skin graft, and only to find out maybe 3 months or 6 months down the line they have to amputate me. So I was like, just amputate me without doing skin graft, because even skin graft
it is a heavy
skin graft is also painful on its own. So I was like, just do it, man. We'll see, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. So I think preparing myself emotionally before it happened, it also helped me a lot.
So did you have a boyfriend at that time?
Yes. Yeah.
Is that nice? Okay.
Yes, I did. And then because my phone were also stolen at the scene, so I didn't have a phone. The only phone that I had when I was at hospital was my mother's phone. So after being discharged, I then did a SIM swap, yes. And then he then texted me. I told him the story that I am going through this. I can't be in a relationship anymore. The reason I was saying that is when I got discharged, I couldn't even go to toilet on my own. I was using Pampers. Imagine dating someone who's using Pampers. Like, I couldn't even bath myself. I was just bedridden. So I couldn't afford to umjolo plus healing. I wanted to focus on my healing process. So that's what
But you know, you are a bit concerning to me, you know. And the reason for that is because it does seem like anytime you're faced with anything, you choose to walk away from that. Like, you know,
always
you choose to just say, you know what, I'm gonna walk away. Because I know people that are in a relationship, that are in Pampers, that are bedridden. It's their spouse that are taking care of them. Others are permanently you know, disabled, and they have their partners that are with them through
it was not that relationship. Yes, it was a relationship, but
how long were you guys together?
Hey, quite some time.
Like years?
Months.
Okay.
And we were still learning each other. So yeah, I couldn't.
Okay. No, I do understand that. So the hospital that you were in for 2 months, which hospital was it?
It's Sunshine Hospital.
Is it a private or
it's a
public?
Private hospital.
It's a private hospital. Okay. Man, I mean, the way that you are, you know, the way that you are just I don't know. I find you to be so inspirational, honestly, you know, because I know some people that they have an injury, they don't have an amputation, and they actually face, how can I say this, they don't take it as well as you actually are taking it. And so I know you did say that, you know, you were mentally prepared because you did watch videos and stuff like that, but what advice would you give someone that is maybe now going into amputation?
My advice is cry and move on. Life doesn't wait for anybody, and don't take negativity. Be yourself, do you, and nobody's gonna rescue you. You've got to rescue yourself. Cry and move on, because nobody's coming and rescue you. Yeah.
When it comes to the accident, you said it was a head-on, which means that someone was not on their lane. Did you ever find out who that was? Was it the Hyundai? Was it the?
It was the Hyundai.
It was the Hyundai that was actually in the wrong, and all of them actually basically died in there.
Yes.
That is so sad.
Very.
That is so sad.
Very sad.
How is your mom's recovery?
She's very well. She's much well, because according to the X-rays, I was the one who was injured the most.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I honestly I'm really just so impressed, eh?
Me?
I don't even want to lie. I'm really just so impressed. Like, I'm really just so impressed. And I think this is for the first time on To Hell and Back, I'm literally just speechless, because I'm really just so impressed with you.
I can see.
Especially also just look at the fact that obviously, you are still young. Are you dating now?
I'm not.
Is there a reason why you're not?
I was just focusing a little bit on myself, but I'm not saying if I can bump to this handsome man, I would agree.
Be handsome, that's the key.
Yeah, but I'm not.
You're not.
For now, I'm not.
Did you getting amputated ever at one point mess up with your confidence?
No, I think now I'm more confident than before.
Is it?
And I always take advantage of this for in case if I want to withdraw money. I don't queue. I even wear something like to show I'm using artificial leg so that they can say, hey, Sesi Hamba.
Going to make lemonade from lemons.
Yes, go and withdraw. I no longer queue.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, so what is it that you do now for a living?
Now I am a student teacher.
Okay.
That's not what I wanted, but I've just picked up my pieces and decided to go back to school full time.
Is it so? What are you studying now?
I'm a student teacher.
Oh, you're a student teacher now. Yes. Do you teach primary or high school?
I wouldn't go for high school. Hey, abantwana bese high school, Bozothi imumem Oscar Pistorius.
But then I know kids.
I couldn't take that, so it's foundation phase.
Foundation phase. And I know kids at that age, they're very curious. Do they ever ask you about your leg?
Yes. So they'll be asking me, like, what happened? I'll be like, I was involved in a car accident. They'll still ask, what happened? But it's not bad. Kids are not bad than teenagers.
Yeah. I mean, I know this question might sound dumb, but you have applied for the road accident fund, right?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, man, what would you say, when it comes to your friends that you had maybe in university, because you were just graduating, which means you guys were still fresh, would you say, oh yeah, there's this friend that was a ride or die, this friend that was there for me and everything?
It's a very good question. So, as I've told you that I've lost my phone on the scene, right? So I couldn't get hold of my friend, and even them, they didn't know what's happening in that time until I was discharged and I was able to do my SIM swap. But there is this one friend, I knew her numbers by my heart. I was like, friend, this is what happened, and this is I might go for amputation. That was before the amputation. And she never bothered to ask me like what happened, but I don't blame her. People are very busy.
No, you should blame her. She's not even a friend. Like, you don't even call her friend.
After being amputated, I never bothered to say I want to call her, because obviously she knows, because there's this other friend of ours from varsities. We do talk sometimes and we are together in WhatsApp. She knows what's happening, and that friend has never called to ask what's happening, but I don't blame her. Such is life.
But when you started talking about it, I saw your eyes, which means that did deeply hurt you.
It did. It did. But I've learned to move on.
It's okay.
It's fine.
It's okay. I think we've all, I mean, not exactly that situation, but I think we've been there in terms of like friendships, you know, having people that like they really drop the ball in a big way, and it's so disappointing. And I think that, you know, I always say this to say, we think that breakup with like a boyfriend is painful. Breakup with a friend? Oh my gosh, like it hurts.
And on friends, you'll find that, let's say the accident happened in May, right? And then someone decides to call you or to WhatsApp you in September, like, I've heard what you've been through. I mean, I'm someone who, if I'm your friend, I will always go out. Like, I'm that kind of a friend. So they will WhatsApp you like, we have heard what you've been through, now we want to be there for you. Like, dude, who do you think I was with when this whole thing happened? Now you want to come, you
when I have passed through the valley of shadow of death, when I'm back from hell.
Exactly. When I needed you the most, you were not there. Just stay where you are. It's fine. It's okay.
You said, how old are you now? 20?
I will be 26 in this
26, so I'm 33. And so I'm going to give you a bit of my wisdom. What I have learned in life is that give everyone the energy they give you.
Exactly.
I'm also someone that I used to be. I used to be the friend that goes all out, like completely. And when I'm going through stuff, I would see that literally people drop the ball when it comes to me. So I have just decided, you know, my circle is very small, and everybody gets the same energy they give me. So if you don't visit me when I'm sick, I'm not visiting you when you're sick. If you don't call me, I'm not calling you, you know. And
that's so me. That's so me. And I don't wish anyone to go through what I went. And when we are still talking about friends, I want to shout out at my best friend, Tsundu. She's been there like, I don't know how to say it. Thank you so much, friend. Thank you so much.
It's okay, Mama.
To a point where I couldn't even go to the toilet, she will take a bucket and throw it for me. Like, that's very rare for a friend to do that for you. And also, Amu, thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys. Yeah.
At least you've got a few good ones.
I do. It's just some we are in different provinces.
Yeah.
But I've never expected. There are these other people, man. You don't expect them to behave other ways.
Yes. I know. It's always like that with life sometimes. You know, the most unexpected will do the things you expected. Someone that you were like, well, I've been there for you a billion times, so you definitely are gonna be there. Like, you're in my corner. Like, I know that. And then when that person is not in your corner, it really cuts deep. It really, honestly does. Yeah. But I just also want to find out right now, where are you mentally, like in terms of just, you know, obviously I know there are certain things that you did highlight, that when you go to the ATM you make sure that you know the lines and everything you pass, but what would you say maybe is one or two things that you would say after the amputation you felt has changed a lot for you in your life?
I'll say everything changed. I don't want to lie. Everything changed because, like, I no longer do the things I used to do. It's just that at least these days I'm mobile. Back then I had to rely on other people to help me or to take care of me or to cook for me. And when we are still on that, I want to shout out to my grandmother, the mother of my mother. Thank you so much. And the Shivambu family as a whole.
Because they were definitely there for you at that time.
Remember, me and my mother, now we are in bed. Who was going to take care of each other? You see? So I want to thank them so much.
Actually, yeah.
So much.
Yeah.
I think I wouldn't be here. They made it easy. They made this journey easy for me.
So now, just for us maybe to talk about the prosthetic leg that you actually have now, was I just want to find out, like, you know, how did you learn? How long did it take for you to adjust? Because guys, when she was coming here, I saw you from downstairs, and obviously you're in your crutches. I didn't even realize that you actually have got a prosthetic leg. I just thought that maybe, you know, you have an injury because you walk quite fast even.
Yes, I can run.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
So I was on a wheelchair for a year. I was depending on a wheelchair for a year. But I used to stand up using a walking frame. So using a prosthetic leg, maybe it took me 1 to 3 weeks to get to used to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so just maybe a bit of education for someone out there that is also just getting a prosthetic leg. What advice would you give them to say, okay, fine, maybe this is what you can look out for, maybe this is what helped me? Because I'm sure you did try different ways, and until you got to a point where you feel comfortable. What would you say like that was?
Okay, obvious at the first days it is very painful because remember it's a wound, so and you have to put a lot of pressure on the artificial leg. It's, if you are not brave enough, you are not gonna use it. That's why you find someone with a prosthetic but yet still using crutches, not using the prosthetic. At the first days it is very depressing and painful, but when time goes on you get used to it. And I don't imagine my life without my prosthetic. If I delela you and you take my leg, that would be the end of me.
So you're basically telling them when to hit you,
they can take everything, not my leg.
I'll just come for your leg.
Hey, my leg is my everything.
You know, I really honestly will not lie. Looking at the fact that this happened last year, you are one of the most positive people I have ever met. And I'm just in awe at how you actually choose to handle things. I know I'm someone that I struggled for many years, but obviously, you know, wisdom sometimes does come with age, guys.
Yes, it does.
So I think that now, you know, I'm at a point where, I do sit down and I'm like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna let it pass. But back then in my 20s, like, I was someone that used to deal with situations really tough. That's why I struggled with depression for a very long time. So I really honestly just want to say that I'm really proud of you.
Thank you so much.
And I want to say congratulations of the fact that you made it out where others actually did not. It is a blessing, and I think that it's also a blessing that you still have your other leg, you know. And so, and it's also a blessing the fact that you now love your prosthetic leg.
Yo. If you want to fight with me, just hide it. So the fact that now I could use a prosthetic rather than a wheelchair, like it was a dream coming through. I'm very thankful. And also to Dr. Van der Meer, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Van der Meer. I don't know this Afrikaner, I guess. But yeah, man, thank you so much for actually coming in. Do you have anything that you would like to say before we close up?
What I'd like to say is just stay positive and don't allow depression, man. As I've said before, we cry, and after crying, just show up, man. Show up, put on your makeup, dress nicely, and take nice pictures, man.
That is true.
Nobody's gonna come and rescue you. You have to rescue yourself. Let's say, let me say this. Imagine for me, I don't even have a baby. Me sitting at home, pitying myself, who's gonna marry me, what's life gonna be. I cried and decided to wipe my tears, pick up my pieces, and move on. You're
very beautiful anyway.
Thank you.
Any man is gonna be blessed.
Hey man, how are you?
To have such a pala in his life.
So yeah, such is life. We cry and we move on. Yes, I don't want to lie. Growing up, it's very hard.
Yeah. True.
So yeah, and the fact that I don't have leg, it doesn't mean that I won't have any other challenges of life, or maybe I won't catch flu or any other sickness.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can't pit yourself forever. Just cry, wipe your tears, and move on, man.
We definitely need more of this positivity, definitely. So I'm keeping your numbers.
Please.
I'm keeping your numbers, I'm definitely keeping your numbers. We definitely need, that.
Life is, I don't want to lie, life is very precious. Hence, it's difficult. Yes, we come across challenges. But after crying, I guess, man.
Ubangene nange-afro if you want.
If you can.
If you have the capacity.
If you are capable enough. So yeah, and Mina, on my healing, my father contributed a lot. If it wasn't him, I wouldn't be where I am, because he was like, oh, it's fine, like as if it's a normal thing, So I would say to parents, just support your kids, love them the way they are.
Yeah. No, that is a very powerful message. Especially, I don't know, maybe it's just because I have a very strained relationship with my dad. I've not even spoken to him in years. So, just seeing someone actually have such a great relationship with their father, that makes me emotional, because I'm like, damn,
I'm jealous.
Adopt me, please. So, would you say that also the fact that now you take everything so well is because you have such a strong support system?
Yes, especially from that man.
Wow.
Hi, that man. Yo, guys. I'm speechless. I'm very speechless.
No,
it's my world.
Thank you so much for actually coming through today and sharing your story. As I said, I'm really proud of you. Like, I'm in awe. You literally shocked me today. I'm really honestly just in awe, and I'm just so impressed. Like, I don't even want to lie. I'm just so impressed. And I think that, what I've just learned from you right now is the fact that obviously, as you're saying, we cry and we let it pass. There's not really much that we can do with different situations, which it took me years to actually learn. So if you are still young out there, it would do you good.
You can't cry forever. Lesson. Imagine crying at the age of, because when the accident happened, I was 24. Imagine crying at the age of 24. If I'm gonna live another 24 years, it's gonna be 24 plus 24, 48, like another 24 years of crying. Just cry, move on, it's okay, such is life. And mind you, before I go, I always motivate myself by the statement that people are going through the most. I mean, it's just that you can see that I'm on crutches. People are wounded inside. They've got scars which they can't even talk about. They are bleeding inside. So Mina, you can see, she's amputated. She doesn't have leg. She's on crutches, just like that. She's oscapitorious.
Well, I wouldn't say you are. Oscar is both amputee, so
kunjalo. Kunjalo.
The fact that you're always laughing. But anyway, thank you so much for actually joining us today. Guys, I am going to actually leave your socials in the description box down below, but shout out yourself over there.
Dian Samulo, I want to thank you for trusting the process. I want to thank you for the lady you are becoming. I never imagined yourself on a wheelchair. I never imagined yourself on a prosthetic. I never imagined yourself using crutches. Here you are, and you are handling this very well. Thank you so much.
I'm so proud.
I'm so proud of me.
Yeah, I am so proud of you. Honestly, I love your spirit. I'm not even going to lie. I really love your spirit, and I think like doing To Hell and Back, guys, like this just exposes me to so many different people. Because for so many years I was just behind the camera. I'm just by myself. I see you guys comment. You've been watching me since 2019.
2019.
Like, that's wild.
The way she was, the time she was doing laundry using hands.
Before before we could afford washing machine.
Before she could afford washing machine.
I was still staying in the back room even that time.
Hey.
My God, you know.
Yeah. So yeah, here we are.
Here we are.
Yeah.
No, I love you so much, thank you so much for all the support throughout the years. And yeah, man, I'm really just so proud of you. Actually, from now on, you're my baby sister, so
please adopt me and give me new weave.
Well, you know what?
And sunglasses,
actually,
guys.
Yeah, let's do it. Like, you tell your dad there's an older person that's coming.
I will.
I have an older sister now. Your firstborn is now
I
Owamie.
will.
Thank you.
Thank you.
But anyway, ninjas, I love you guys so much. This really for me was an emotional story, and I think that it's just a story that will actually show us that no matter what you go through in life, your attitude towards whatever you're going through is what matters the most. And I'm really honestly just so grateful that you were able to grace us with your presence.
Thank you.
And yeah, man, ninjas, from Owamie, I love you guys, and I will see you guys in the next episode of To Hell and Back. She even knows the signature sound.